Stop me if this sounds familiar. You bend over backwards for everyone. You avoid conflict like the plague. And you wonder why people walk all over you while the jerks seem to get everything you want. Here's the brutal truth that nobody wants to tell you. Being the nice guy isn't actually nice at all. It's manipulation disguised as virtue, and it's destroying your potential as a man. If you've ever felt invisible, taken for granted, or stuck watching others succeed while you stay in the background, this video will change everything you thought you knew about masculinity, respect, and genuine success. Let me paint you a picture. You're the guy who always says yes when you want to say no. You're the one who smiles through gritted teeth when someone takes credit for your work. You tell yourself you're being the bigger person, but deep down, you're seething with resentment that nobody seems to appreciate your sacrifices. Here's what's really happening. You've been programmed to believe that being agreeable equals being good, that avoiding confrontation makes you morally superior. But this isn't goodness. It's cowardice dressed up in false virtue. The modern world has created a generation of men who confuse niceness with kindness, submission with humility, and people-pleasing with leadership. You've been told that traditional masculine traits are toxic, so you've swung to the complete opposite extreme. But here's the shocking reality. You've become something far more dangerous than any aggressive alpha male, a covert manipulator. That's right. Every time you do something nice expecting gratitude, validation, or reward in return, you're not being generous. You're attempting to manipulate the outcome. You're trying to purchase respect with favors, buy love with sacrifice, and earn authority through submission. And it never works. The authentic masculine man understands something that nice guys never grasp. True strength comes from having the capacity to be dangerous, but choosing not to be. An authentic man can disagree without being disagreeable. He can set boundaries without being cruel. He can lead without dominating. Think about the men you genuinely respect. Are they the ones who never rock the boat? The ones who agree with everything you say? Of course not. You respect men who stand for something, who have clear values they won't compromise, who can look you in the eye and give you their honest opinion, even when it's uncomfortable. Authentic masculinity isn't about suppressing your emotions or pretending to be invulnerable. It's about emotional regulation, feeling your feelings fully but not being controlled by them. It's about having the confidence to be vulnerable when appropriate while maintaining your core strength and direction. The difference between a nice guy and an authentic man is this. The nice guy seeks approval and avoids discomfort, while the authentic man seeks growth and embraces necessary conflict. The transformation principles. Principle 1. Develop unshakable self-validation. Stop seeking approval from others and start validating yourself. Your worth isn't determined by how many people like you or how often you get thanked for your sacrifices. True confidence comes from knowing your values, living by them consistently, and not requiring external permission to feel good about yourself. Start this practice today. Before making any decision, ask yourself, is this aligned with my values and goals? Or am I doing this to get a reaction from someone else? Principle 2. Master the art of authentic boundaries. Learn to say no without explanation, apology, or justification. Your time, energy, and resources are precious. When you give them away freely to everyone who asks, you're not being generous. You're being irresponsible with your most valuable assets. Practice this. The next time someone asks you to do something you don't want to do, simply say, "No, I won't be able to do that." Period. No elaborate excuse needed. Principle 3. Embrace productive conflict. Authentic men don't avoid difficult conversations. They lean into them. They understand that disagreement isn't disrespect, and that sometimes the most loving thing you can do for someone is tell them a truth they don't want to hear. Start having the conversations you've been avoiding. Address the issues that need addressing. Be respectfully direct rather than passive-aggressively nice. Principle 4. Build physical and mental strength. Your body is the foundation of your confidence. When you're physically strong, you carry yourself differently. When you're mentally disciplined, you think more clearly and make better decisions. Hit the gym not to impress others, but to prove to yourself that you can commit to something difficult and follow through consistently. Physical strength builds mental resilience, and mental resilience builds unshakable confidence. The relationship revolution. Here's where everything changes in your relationships. When you stop being the nice guy and start being an authentic man, something magical happens. People start respecting you more, not less. Women aren't attracted to men who have no opinions, no boundaries, and no backbone. They're attracted to men who are kind by choice, not nice by default. They want someone who can protect them, provide for them, and lead them, not someone who needs their approval to function. In your friendships, you'll notice that when you stop being available for everything and everyone, your real friends will respect the boundaries, and the users will disappear. This is a feature, not a bug. In your professional life, you'll discover that when you start advocating for yourself, speaking up in meetings, and taking credit for your work, people will see you as leadership material rather than a doormat. Principle 5. Lead through service, not submission. True leadership isn't about dominating others. It's about serving a vision bigger than yourself while inspiring others to join you. Authentic men lead by example, make tough decisions when necessary, and take responsibility for the outcomes. Stop waiting for permission to lead your own life. Stop looking for someone else to make the hard choices for you. Step up, speak up, and show up as the man you were meant to be. The path from nice guy to authentic man isn't easy, but it's the most important transformation you'll ever make. It requires you to face uncomfortable truths about yourself, challenge limiting beliefs that have held you back, and develop new habits that feel foreign at first. But here's what's waiting for you on the other side. Genuine self-respect, authentic relationships built on mutual admiration rather than neediness, and the kind of quiet confidence that doesn't need to announce itself to be felt by everyone in the room. Start today. Choose one area where you've been people-pleasing and take a stand. Set one boundary you've been afraid to set. Have one difficult conversation you've been avoiding. Your future self, the man who commands respect through authenticity rather than begging for it through niceness, is waiting for you to make the choice. Remember, being a good man and being a nice guy are not the same thing. Good men have standards, boundaries, and the courage to stand up for what they believe in. Nice guys have none of these things. They only have the desperate hope that their sacrifices will eventually be rewarded. You were built for more than a life of quiet desperation and resentment. You were built to lead, to inspire, and to make a positive impact on the world around you. But that journey begins with the decision to stop being nice and start being real. If this message resonated with you, and you're ready to transform from a people-pleasing nice guy into an authentic, confident man, make sure to subscribe for more content that will challenge you to become the best version of yourself. The world doesn't need more nice guys. It needs more authentic men. Which one will you choose to be?